Arcs defenders. We are beginning a counter-offensive against dolls appearing in the Stia region. We request the part...
Trial start. Success. Trial start. Success. Trial start. Trial start. Success.
Maybe there are some Arcs defenders over there. Let's go see.
Be on your guard.
Stand down. Conway, you're up.
I hope you can please forgive our insolence. We only hope to test your skills. Allow me to introduce myself again. I'm Adjutant Conway. A pleasure to meet you all. I see. Commander, even though the ultimate objective of Central City's strategy is different, I believe it is also true that our strategies have much in common.
Conway, explain our strategy to them.
Yes, sir. At present, we are in the midst of formulating a large-scale attack against 3 dolls bases located within the Stia region. Our plan is to... And that is our current strategy.
So you mean to conquer the Dolls plant and the bases to the north and south, starting with an assault on the plant, right?
Correct. The plant is guarded by powerful dolls. So, we have not managed to completely capture it yet.
We've been consistently overwhelmed by the enemy's numbers and had to pull back. However, this time we have you. I'd like to make the most of this opportunity.
Our plan is to form a squad of our own people to distract the enemy within the facility. In the meantime, an elite squad led by Commander Glenn will take control. They will infiltrate the base and render it powerless.
We want to have you 3 on that elite squad too. in order to help us bring down the dolls. Failure is not an option. We must see this through at all costs. Move out.
What do you don't say?
That's great.
Wow!
Yes, yes.
The plant is just ahead. Please talk to me once you're ready. This is the plant. It appears to be putting out dolls that are relatively small. It's not clear to us yet where the larger dolls come from.
What's a place like this doing on Halpha?
We do not know the reason either. But in any case, if we destroy this place, it will slow the production of dolls.
We won't get anywhere until we take care of this first, right?
Exactly.
And we start by taking all these dolls down. Come on.
They defeated so many dolls so easily.
Glenn's like on a whole other dimension of strength.
The only one who could equal the commander when he gets serious is the leader of Central City, Crawford.
Crawford? Really? He's that good?
Yes. Although I haven't seen him fight for quite some time now.
Oh, hey, there's, something I've been curious about. Back in Central Tower, when Crawford saw Glenn, he was acting kind of strange. I was wondering if something happened between them.
Well...
Kanoi,
Sir.
incoming.
Trial start. Trial start. Success.
This is the northern base. During exploration, we managed to discover the control room further in. We think that operating the terminal inside may open up a path to the innermost area. However, in addition to the dolls, it is defended by sturdy fortifications. This infiltration will be more difficult than at the plant, so we must be well prepared. We will proceed with the operation based on the intel gathered by our scout team. Scouts assemble! Oh, we lost them in that last battle, did we? Are there any others who can conduct an analysis?
We are Arcs Defenders from Central City, who specialize in reconnaissance missions.
We aren't certain we can operate at normal efficiency here, but
rest assured, we'll have the full support of the Central City Command Room as we work.
Thank you. Please get started then, and let us know as soon as you find anything. Until the analysis is complete, please rest up and resupply. Once finished, the operation will begin immediately. You should resupply yourselves as well. Please notify me once you are all prepared. The scout team has finished its analysis. We have verified the number and location of most of the Doll's forces within the northern base.
Trial start. Trial start. Trial start.
thank you. I'm in your debt.
How is it going? Have you made any progress?
It isn't impossible, but it's protected by a complicated password. It looks like it'll take some time to release the lock before we can move forward.
Hey, maybe you could figure it out, Manon.
I'll take a look. I managed to unlock it, but just like you assumed in the beginning. Without accessing the terminal located in the southern base control room, we probably won't be able to proceed into the innermost area.
So, as I thought. Then, let us move to assault the southern base as planned. Gather once you are fully prepared. We are preparing for the assault. Please let me know once you are ready. This is the shortest route to the southern Doll's base. We will break through quickly and capture the southern base. Are there any questions?
Many of us are on our last legs. Do you really think it's safe to proceed in this state?
If we retreat now, we might not get another opportunity.
Right. We have put everything the Vanguard unit has to offer into this. So, indeed, while we have your aid, this is our best chance of succeeding. Or so I believe.
But
We'll be just fine, Manon.
Move out.
If another large dolls unit comes, we'll take it down. Kanui, you and the others focus on securing the base.
Roger that.
Trial start. Trial start. Success.
Doll's unit. Wait, that model is...
Is this where you've been, Neil Stia? I'll initiate. Everyone else follows.
Trial start.
The live
Strong! Everyone, don't stop attacking! If you lose focus for even a moment, you'll be done for! If you stop moving, you're as good as dead! Always be prepared for the enemy's attacks!
So that's it, huh? Forget it. Just focus on taking out the remaining dolls.
Trial start.
There were so many.
We have to tend to the wounded, quickly.
Calling the rescue unit. If you can move, tend to the wounded. Scout team, report.
We think we found it. It looks like the control room is further in.
Understood. You will need escorts. We will care for the wounded here. May I ask you to handle the control terminal?
We'll escort. That's odd. I'm sure I unlocked it, but nothing changed. The central barrier hasn't been removed. What could it mean?
Manon, we've received contact from Crawford.
Crawford? That's good.
This is my analysis of the data sent during the operation in the Stia region. The central base. Let's call it Stia's nerve center for now. In order to enter it, it seems you must access yet one more terminal and disengage the lock there.
Yes, but we don't know where that terminal is or how to operate it.
Well, there is someone who has figured something out about that. Manon!
What? Ilma?
Now, about where that last terminal is and how to operate it, I'll send the intel to your mag right now. See if it helps. You need to choose the correct array in relation to the info on the terminal, but I believe in you. Okay, I'm going back to my research. Later. Ilma seems to have taken a liking to you. I believe in you too. You can do this.
Thank you.
Dark Falls must be hiding inside Stia's nerve center. I'm sure of it. Apologies for always asking so much of you. We are continuing our preparations. Please hold out just a little while longer.
We finished transporting and treating the wounded. Now, we head to Stia's nerve center immediately.
Understood. And I'll continue my work here.
Godspeed. If you are looking for Manon, she's been working on releasing that barrier since we arrived. Wait, where's the commander?
Damn it. Guess I'm still not strong enough, right, Ivana? It's you. What?
Listen, you don't think I know that. You...
Here I am! Here you go. I brought some warm food and drink. Made them myself. Time to take a load off, everyone. We've been eating nothing but packed meals since the northern base, right? If we don't eat proper food once in a while, our morale's gonna tank.
I should have been paying more careful attention to things like that. Thank you very much.
If we keep going, there's no avoiding fatalities. But even so,
So, do you like it? I know, right? I put extra special effort into it. I'm so glad you like it. How's Glenn been since that thing? It seemed like he suddenly changed when he saw that big dolls unit.
Niels, Stia, you mean. The commander has a deep history with that one. Crawford and the commander used to fight dolls together, you know. They were friends with another defender named Hibana, and they all trained together. However, 10 years ago, Niels Stia attacked Central. Thanks to their efforts, it was driven off. But Hibana lost her life in the battle. After that, Crawford and the commander each went their separate ways. Crawford resolved to strengthen our defenses so that fewer people would be lost in battle. He chose the development of powerful weapons to put an end to this fight without putting people's lives in danger. The commander, on the other hand, chose to pursue Niels Stia to its lair, thinking that the cause of everything lay in the Stia region itself. The commander chose to hunt down and launch attacks on the enemy bases, recruiting other Ark's defenders, such as myself. He wanted to wipe out all dolls, like Niels Stia, from Halpha completely.
Oh, I didn't know.
Commander.
I have a message for Crawford. Tell him I chose this fight of my own volition, so he should continue to pursue his own battles.
Commander.
We've entered Stia's nerve center through the north and south base terminals. The barrier should be deactivated shortly.
Everyone prepare for battle. I'll leave the formations to you.
Yes, sir. I do not sense any movement. If we attack now, we may be able to crush it once and for all.
First, we take out Neil's Stia. We will put an end to it this time.
Are you all right? Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Why? Why would you sacrifice your life for me?
I'll take care of Manon. You help Glenn. Manon, get a hold of yourself.
Crawford. Stay focused, Glenn. This is not over yet. How long has it been since we spoke face to face?
Why leave Central now, of all times?
Because the time had come. Central Cannon stands completed and ready. And I believed that all of you would locate Dark Falls, without fail. So, seeing that this is the end and all, I thought I should lend my old friend a hand.
Once this is all over, we can finally mourn her properly.
Yes.
Crawford, I had no idea you were that strong.
But what about Central? Without their leader, they...
I said I wanted to get some exercise, so Dozer's taking care of things for me. More importantly, are you all right, Manon?
I'm fine.
Watch out! The earth is... Stay away from the edge. Help me out. Come here.
It's moving? Commander, what are your orders?
Take the wounded and retreat.
Crawford, what are you going to do? We can't possibly retreat when you...
Okay, that is far enough. We managed to lure it out. Now, Dozer, fire!
But what does that mean, Crawford? Did Dark Falls get away again?
Don't worry, everything is fine. Allow me to explain. Currently, we believe that this Dark Falls may have fled into space-time, just like it did before. But this time, it's on the ropes. It has limited regenerative abilities. However, it can only be fully recovered at that dock in Stia's nerve center. Which means it will have to rematerialize at some point.
How do you know all of that?
Lysis's records. And the data that Elma and I put together helped a little. Lysis created detailed records of the battle with Dark Falls that took place in Kavaris 100 years ago. He painted a very clear picture of it. I almost felt like I was there myself while reading those records. Anyway, he wrote a lot about the previous Dark Falls behavior patterns, as well as activity cycles. It sounds like the Ark's defenders of Kavaris had a very hard time dealing with it. And he wrote about how, just when they had dealt lethal damage to it with concentrated fire, it disappeared somewhere for a while. And when it reappeared, the damage had all been repaired somehow. That somewhere was that place in Stia.
Wow. Lysis wrote all that?
Yes. I wasn't quite sure myself until I saw it at Stia's nerve center with my very own eyes. However, we had always thought that Dark Falls and the dolls came from somewhere outside of Halpha. To think those bases were right under our nose the whole time. One can't really help but wonder who built them and when. But I suppose that's not important right now. Our next course of action is quite simple. Once Dark Falls rematerializes from space-time, we hit it with Central Cannon. We've mostly figured out its potential emergence points. It won't get by us unnoticed. But even if it did somehow, we still know where it wants to go. We just need to keep attacking and damaging it. Every little bit helps. It doesn't matter how long it takes, just as long as we win in the end. However, there is one problem. We can't be certain that it will be the same Dark Falls as the one prior to our data collection. It might be completely different, and in ways for which our data cannot account. You know, that is actually fairly likely. It is Dark Falls we're talking about, after all. We have several backup plans, but there's no telling how effective they may be. So, the strength of each Ark's defender is really what it will come down to. So when it does reemerge, I'd like you to be at the forefront of the fighting, as usual.
What about us?
There's something I'd like you to do. I'll contact you about it later.
Okay, sounds good.
I know, it's been rough, but we're almost there.
Whatever it takes, we'll get it done. Just like we've been doing this whole time. Right?
Everyone, thank you all for coming. This is the moment every one of us has been preparing for. To defeat the cruel enemy who mercilessly wiped out so many of our friends that day in Aleo Town. To defeat Dark Falls. It must have fled to space-time to recover after we landed a good shot on it from Central Cannon. But it can't fully recover without its dock in Stia. It has to rematerialize at some point. That's when we strike. Now that it's completed, the cannon is a lot more robust. We should be able to fire it several times. But it still takes some time to warm up initially. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do anything about that. Once Dark Falls appears, I need you to keep it busy and buy us some time. You've faced so many obstacles and made it through all of them. Dark Falls is an unimaginably powerful foe. There is no possible way to fully prepare for that kind of strength. But even in the face of such overwhelming odds, I have the utmost faith that we will prevail. Aelio, Retem, Kvaris, and Stia, defenders from all 4 regions, are united toward a single goal. As far as we know, this is entirely unprecedented in Halpha's history. The entire planet is united as one for the first time. In order to preserve that unity going forward, this is a battle that we can't afford to lose. I'm asking all of you for your support. I need everyone to stay ready to deploy at a moment's notice. Victory will be ours.
I guess this is it.
Yeah. For the sake of...
Yes?
For the sake of Halpha, we will. We must win.
Yep.
Oh, hey. It's you. How perfect. We were just looking for you. That's right. We're here seeking treatment for the wounded at the medical bay. Once we complete that, we have but to await their recovery. Wasn't there something you wished to discuss, Commander?
Yeah, there was. You, really helped us out the other day.
Wasn't there more?
We've had a lot of ups and downs during this campaign. We found ourselves constantly wounded and lacking supplies. Even after years of fighting, we hadn't made it to the interior of Stia. Before you 3 arrived, I was even considering withdrawing from the region. But my troops' morale was still high. I planned on one last offensive before they finally burned out. And then, you 3 showed up. I had heard rumors. You saved Retem, and even survived a Dark Falls attack. Then, you even paved the way for the reconstruction of Kvaris. I was skeptical, but I didn't have any other options. So I figured I'd try my luck with the 3 of you. And we all know how that turned out. Although the battle still isn't over, I need to say this. Thank you.
Yes, I owe you my thanks as well.
It sure is. We haven't secured the entire Stia region yet. And the Dolls plant is still operational. I still have a lot of work to do. Conaway.
Sir.
I'm going to head back now. You oversee the treatment of our wounded and meet me there.
Yes, sir. Shocking. The commander almost never gives thanks to anyone. He does express gratitude sometimes, but I don't think I've ever heard him actually say the words, thank you. I suppose that demonstrates how much respect he has for you. Well, I'd better get going now. Let's meet again. Soon.
I didn't know you were back in Alio. I hear you completed your assignment in Stia. Yes, that was a surprise. I never would have expected Crawford to strike out for Stia like that. Niels Stia was Crawford and Glenn's most hated enemy. At first, Crawford said he would let Glenn handle it. But the truth is that he really wanted to settle that old score by Glenn's side. Fortunately, Dahl's activity in Alio at the time was minimal. It was an opportunity that might have never come again. That's why I didn't hesitate to give my blessing to his decision. I'm glad the three of them were finally able to close that chapter of their battle. Crawford, Glenn, and Hibana. So, you knew about Hibana. Hibana and Glenn were close for a long time. She was always the type who wore her heart right on her sleeve. I'm not saying they were the same, but her straightforwardness was a lot like Ina's. When Glenn and Hibana met Crawford, the three of them started working together. Crawford and Glenn's relationship is still more or less the same as it always was. They've always gotten into it over differences of opinion. And it was always Hibana who would step in to mediate things. She had a knack for finding the compromise and getting them to shake on it. And she was really intuitive. She would just sort of throw a plan together and somehow, it almost always worked out. Which is the exact opposite of Crawford's unrelenting rationality, of course. Yet, they always seemed to get along. All three of them had very different personalities, but they just seemed to mesh with each other. Their teamwork in battle was especially impressive. Glenn would take the front, Crawford brought up the rear, and Hibana would float between them. And the three of them would just chew through the toughest dolls like that. It was a foregone conclusion that those three would one day lead Alio. But then, Hibana's death created a big void. Without her, Crawford and Glenn set off on separate paths that they each thought was best. Now that the score's been settled with Niels Stia, hopefully, that void can finally be filled. Looks like there's some trouble. I think I better get going. We'll finish this chat some other time. Until then.
It's you. I have heard of your deeds throughout the land. You've even taken the fight to Stia. I suppose so. We only attained victory ourselves after joining forces with you. No one can take on the doll's threat all alone. So, is it true that several dolls' facilities have been discovered in Stia? I hear that there is a plant among them that is quite similar to the lower level of Maquad. And that they found dolls' manufacturing equipment inside. I had presumed that dolls are born naturally, like other living organisms. I guess that is not the case. So someone created the dolls? Who? When and why? I have so many questions, but I am a warrior, not a researcher. I'll leave that to Crawford. I've given the order for Retem Arcs to prepare for a new battle. Our wounds from the battle with Renus Retem have healed, and we are reorganizing our forces. We cannot simply maintain a defensive posture in the face of this new unknown. We will mobilize for war. We must also consider how to coordinate with Kavaris and Stia, in addition to Aelio. It is amazing what they are doing in Kavaris with so few people. People's thinking is beginning to change here lately. We may be able to join forces with those who think differently, while still honoring our treasured Retem traditions. We must not fear the change that will inevitably come with that. We must welcome any and all talent without prejudice. I've learned through my own experience that this is necessary in order to deal with so many threats. We still have many battles ahead of us. If we want peace, it is the only way. I hope you will continue to fight by our side.
Oh, it's you! I heard the news. You went to Stia. I hear it's a really severe place. They say it's just endless fighting with hordes of dolls under a sunless sky. Well, you don't look any worse for wear, but what about the other two? What? Is everything okay? Well, I'm glad to hear that. I was worried because I hadn't heard anything for a while. I'm just happy to see that you seem to be doing fine. If you ever need anything, you can count on us. I told you, right? We'll support you in any way we can. That's right, we'll come running. Although, depending on the timing, it might not be all 5 of us. Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you about what's been going on here. According to Ilma, he's been making progress on his investigation of Lost Central. And Aelio Ark's defenders are really pitching in, too. I also hear that Ark's defenders from Retem are showing their faces lately. And not just to fight, they're helping out with research as well. Grandpa used to always say Retem Ark's defenders only care about fighting prowess. But I guess things have changed a lot since then. Ilma is in Grandpa's study, organizing the data found at the site. He is thoroughly checking the data that Grandpa left for us. But there haven't been any more messages from Grandpa since that one time. We were hoping we might be able to find more clues in Lost Central, but... True. We've barely scratched the surface of the snow. We'll just keep going, slow and steady. With both Kavaris' renewal and looking for Grandpa's clues. I'll contact you if we discover anything. We might even need to ask for your help. Of course, there would be something in it for you too. Take care!
Huh? Oh, it's you. I thought you were an enemy. I've already caused everyone quite a bit of trouble by being careless around enemies. Everyone is working so hard, and I'm just off searching for shiny minerals. But enough about that, I guess. No, just clearing my head a little. Being cooped up inside all the time makes my brain start to feel sluggish. I've been thinking about Central Canon a lot lately. We modified Aelio's Central Canon based on the lost Central Canon data that we found. They share some uncanny similarities. Their photon generator values and their capacitor unit photon charge rates, for example. I mean, the specs are pretty different, but the basic construction is the same. That's why the lost Central Canon data helped us fix our problems with the Aelio Canon. Which means these Central Canons were designed with some level of mass producibility in mind. Lost Central and Central City share a lot of similarities to begin with, both aesthetically and in terms of city design. Basically, Central City was built using Lost Central as a template. So it makes sense that they're similar, but that template wasn't designed by us. We just repurposed what was already there to use as Central City's infrastructure. All we really did was gather materials and build on top of the template that someone else created. You know, a huge container was found underneath Retem City the other day. Know what was in there? Central Canon parts. And they were nearly identical to the Aelio and Caveris Canon parts. I mean, you see how Retem City is now, but I can't help but wonder if the original plan was to make it like Central City. Exactly. That's the inevitable question. I mean, someone other than the current inhabitants of Halpha. Someone who simply vanished, leaving massive structures all over Halpha. There's no doubt that these mysterious people existed, but we haven't been in a place to explore that mystery until now. With this new discovery, though, I think the time has come to get serious about figuring it out. What were they doing here on Halpha? And what happened to them? I have the feeling that we will need to know that information going forward. There's no guarantee that something worse than Dark Falls won't show up in the future. We need to know as much as we can in order to handle a wide range of possibilities. That's what I think. Oh, I'm sorry. There I go again on another one of my monologues. Once I get some things figured out, I'll try to explain a little more clearly. Well, the first thing to do is to try to find some leads. I'll be working on this together with Crawford and the Aelio research team. I'd like to include Retem as well. Talking to you always helps clear my head for some reason. Thank you so much for listening. Time to head back to the lodge and start putting some ideas on paper. Take care.
I didn't know you were here. There are far fewer enemies here now, but we still need to patrol the area. Do you happen to have a moment? Thank you. I have a question. It's in regards to Commander Glenn. In all honesty, what is your impression of him? Huh? Yes, I suppose he is. There is no stronger Arcs defender. I must say, I wasn't quite expecting that answer. He is a man of few words, and that can often be misinterpreted. It can be even more pronounced when he's focused on an operation. But the truth is that he takes very good care of those under his command. He always takes point in enemy territory, and he stays behind to guard our retreat. He says it's the best way to reduce casualties. That's the reason why his troops trust him implicitly. And that deep trust is what allows us all to put our lives on the line for the mission. However, I confess that there are times I wish he was a little more approachable. Especially when he meets new people. A member of the Alio supply unit once shared her impression of the commander with me. She was afraid that she might not make it out in one piece if she were ever to upset him. She was always easygoing with everyone else, yet strangely stiff around the commander. I did think it was strange. But I'm glad it was cleared up before it caused a problem. Her name is Citri. If, by some chance, you happen to know her, please reassure her. The commander is not actually scary. He simply looks stern and doesn't speak much. You're one of the very few Arcs defenders that Commander Glenn trusts. I truly hope you'll continue to be someone he can count on. Thanks for everything.
Oh, it's you. Nope. Just out on patrol. There's nothing strange about a commander taking his turn at watch duty. Even if Kanui doesn't like it. Supplies have been getting through to us from Alio a lot more easily. But we're still short-handed against all these enemies. The fatigue can start to build up. I figure if I've got the energy for it, it makes no sense for me to sit around in a chair all day. That's all there is to it. It's just what a commander does. Well, Central didn't. Crawford didn't want me coming here, but I came anyway. The people at this camp are all here because they agree with my vision. I didn't even ask. They all volunteered. Quite a few of them even left behind family in Alio. They threw away everything they had. Follow me on this crazy mission. I don't intend to just throw them away. They need to be well rested, to give everything they've got to fighting. It's really the least I can do for them. I rest when I can. Well, I need to get back to it. I still have a little way to patrol. I doubt you'll have any problem with the enemies around here. But don't get careless. You never know when dolls might appear. I'm not interested in seeing your name on a memorial anytime soon.
I didn't know you were here. No, I don't really need to right now. It looks like the Ark's defenders here are busy, as usual. At least their staffing and supply situation seem to be a little better. But now that they're operating deep within Stia, I'm sure their responsibilities have increased. And yet, I haven't heard a single complaint from anyone. Each and every one of them has an important role to play, and that keeps their spirits up. I've seen all of this somewhere before. Yeah. Aleo Town used to handle the defense of all outlying areas by itself. It was responsible for the entire area on the other side of the mountain from Central City. And as you know, they did it all with very few Ark's defenders. It was hard enough just to patrol that area, let alone maintain equipment and prepare food. They gave it their all every day. And on top of that, they never knew when dolls might attack. Sometimes they would be up all night defending against a sudden assault. And yet none of them ever complained or felt sorry for themselves. In fact, it seemed like they enjoyed life to the fullest. I didn't realize it at the time, but they were all so focused on playing their respective parts. And that's why they were able to give their all to everything they did. They never lost sight of their dream for a peaceful world. Now we're the ones who have to carry that torch. And I was reminded of that responsibility just now while looking at the Stia camp. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on for so long. So much has happened. Sometimes I overthink everything. What we've been through, and what we will go through. I still need to process all these feelings. I'll see you later.
Oh, it's you. I'm just taking a little break. Stia sure is a crazy place, huh? Nothing but jagged rocks and hardly any trees or grass anywhere. And dolls all over the place. I don't think the old me would have lasted even a single day out here. But here I am, with the two of you, somehow. I guess that means I've gotten a little stronger, right? Really? That means a lot, coming from you. You know, lately, I've been reading Manon's journal a lot. Especially everything she's written about enemies. She writes about stuff like how each enemy behaves, and when they're vulnerable to attack. In the past, I would just sort of skim and get the general idea. But now I really drill down on it and try to find ways to put it into practice. And by doing that, I've kind of come to understand some things. Like about what Manon would do in various situations. I kind of see which scenarios she might have problems with. And I find myself thinking, what would I do in that situation? So I feel like I'm finally starting to find my own fighting style. Yeah, I'm trying out lots of different stuff. I've learned that there's always more than one way of doing things. I wouldn't be where I am now without Manon. I hope I can repay her someday. And you too, of course. That's why I have to keep working hard to keep up with you two. Okay, break time is over. I just thought of a new combat tactic. I can't wait to try it. Well, see you later. It's so hot. At least the heat in Retem is dry. It's all sticky and yucky here. You always put on a brave face, but aren't you hot? Oh, okay. I guess you Meteorm just handle extreme temperatures well. I mean, it's nice that we get to travel to so many different places, but Glenn and his troops have been living here a long time now. Of course, the dolls here are tough too, but the biggest battle is against the heat. Even after a tough fight, they can't even rest and recover when it's this hot all the time. It's really like they're just fighting non-stop. It'd be nice if they could at least take it easy while they're at the camp. I guess they probably don't need our help, but still. Do you think there's anything we can do for them? Something to lift their spirits. Like what? Oh, what about if I make some food for them again? Would that work? They're always eating that hard bread, but I'm sure they'd enjoy a good meal once in a while too. Yeah, that might work. Thanks for the advice. I better start gathering up some ingredients then. Let's see. Last time, I made something hot because they were physically and mentally exhausted. But this time, I think something cool and refreshing is in order. I could probably put Kavera's fruits and vegetables to good use. I think I have an idea. Off to find ingredients.
Oh, I didn't know you were there. I just remembered something I wanted to discuss with you. Tell me, what were your thoughts the first time you saw all of this? I see. At Maquad in Retem, correct? You know, Glenn's scout team was the first to discover this place. I was a part of that team. Dolls do not only come from above, they're also produced somewhere on Halpha. That's what Hibana said. But I never thought that it would look like this. The commander originally formed the scout team to capture this place as soon as possible. Incidentally, what did Crawford have to say about this place before you came here? Oh, I see. Even I was surprised to receive such a sudden call. Well, unfortunately, as I'm sure you can tell, we've hardly even begun to start researching this place. But we do know that this is an energy plant. We know the plant's core system and the doll's production line are in fact linked. And that this plant's energy is distributed throughout all of Halpha. We also know that simply destroying this production line could affect the entire system. And that's about it. We intend to research and carefully analyze the system's configuration, and then shut the production line down gradually. Well, that is our plan. It looks like the tech team on assignment here from Alio can finally get to work on everything. At first, we thought that simply destroying anything in sight would take care of it all. But it turns out it's not that easy. So, for the time being, we have to wait before we can declare total victory in this region. We sincerely appreciate your continued support until that day comes. Thanks for everything.
Yuha. Did you come all the way here by yourself? Pretty confident. Anyway, this place reminds me of the battle that day. What did Crawford come here for? He just showed up, wreaked havoc, and left. With who? I guess you mean me. You know, you throw me off my rhythm somehow. I can't figure you out. But it doesn't matter. I'll tell you about our past. Crawford and I, we used to fight together. But then, we had a falling out over something. Kanui already told you, right? Yeah. We decided to go our separate ways after Hibana died. Crawford stayed in Central, and I chose to come here to fight. We understood dividing our efforts like that wasn't exactly sustainable. But we couldn't stop each other. Just playing defense doesn't solve the problem. And not having anywhere to go home to after solving the problem makes no sense either. We had no choice but to do our best with the situation that we had. Troops, weapons, and other supplies. All just gradually dwindled. I really don't know where we'd be right now if you three hadn't shown up when you did. I'm sure Crawford and I will have a chance to hash it all out someday. But not right now. Because our battle still isn't completely over yet. That was long-winded, but I gotta get going.
Who's there? Oh, It's you. No. You know, I'm reminded of it every time I come here. That battle with Stia. And I think of that Ark's defender who sacrificed his life. Protecting someone like me. It's not fair. But he had his own life, too. His own dreams. His own hopes. Just like all of us. And I took all of that away from him. Forever.
Excuse me. I can't get behind that line of thinking.
Kanui?
Forgive me. I overheard you talking. Will you allow me to explain some things about us? We have a simple rule. Never leave anyone behind. In battle, it's not the enemy that you need to fear the most. It's the loss of trust between squad mates. It's having to wonder if you'll be left behind if you get cut off or wounded in battle. That kind of fear will hang over your head. This rule of ours is meant to eliminate that fear. We all know that we've got each other's backs. And that allows us to perform our duties free from worry. The defender who died protecting you was only following that rule. He refused to leave you behind. Because of that, more lives would be saved as a result. I'm sure that's what he believed. And that is indeed how things turned out.
That's only because I was overcome by rage.
What counts in battle is the result. Protocol is important too, but how many enemies we kill and how many of us survive. That's what really counts at the end of the day. If our losses are heavy, it's Commander Glenn who shoulders that responsibility. And me, as adjutant. So, he was only doing his duty. That's why I want you to hold your head up. Please.
Kanui.
I have nothing more to say on the matter.
Thank you.
I hope this was not presumptuous of me. Now, I must return to my duties.
Working through my feelings is not an easy task, but Conway is right. I need to hold my head up so I can move forward. I have to carry the torch. For the Ark's defender who gave his life for me, too.
Oh, hello there. Well, what brings you here? I am currently on watch duty. There are still quite a few enemies all throughout the region. In fact, there are 2 powerful enemies in particular that haunt this area. They would be quite a handful for an inexperienced defender. But all these massive structures being underground like this, it's incredible. No, I honestly had no idea until Crawford finally shared the information. This place was the final objective of our overall strategy, much like yours, I imagine. But the ultimate goal was always to defeat the dolls. We expected powerful enemies, but nothing could have prepared us for encountering Dark Falls. I shudder to think what might have happened if we had gone in there without you three. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention something. It turns out the research team found Dark Falls' data in the nerve center control room. According to their report, Dark Falls had been collecting records of battles all over Halpha. That, we don't know. We don't know for certain. But we do know that Dark Falls was studying ARC's combat strategies and tactics. It would have been even more fearsome had we not intervened when we did. I suppose we should be grateful that we were able to act before it was too late. Crawford has been apprised of all of this, of course. I have no doubt he will be able to find a solution. It may take a while. In the meantime, we will continue our research here as well. My apologies. I've gone on long enough. I must return to my duties. Well, good luck to you.
Dark Falls activity confirmed. Please deploy to Central Halpha and repel it. We're counting on you.
Okay, everyone. We've detected Dark Falls in the immediate vicinity of Halpha Lake. We'll commence our assault once it materializes. We need you to keep it tied up while we get Central Cannon online and ready. Support units will be deployed to the rear. Give this everything you've got.
Can you hear me? I guess we'll be fighting separately this time.
We'll be here, providing support.
We'll provide the best support anyone's ever seen. Good luck. High energy signal! Incoming! Dark Fall sighted!
Now, commence the assault!
It's surrounded by numerous other enemies! Please engage them while keeping sight of the target! High energy reading from Dark Falls detected. Aim for all targets deployed in the area. Central Cannon final launch sequence commencing.
Just a little bit longer, everyone.
Central Cannon launch sequence complete.
It's ready, Crawford! Roger. Prepare to fire!
Direct hit! Dark Falls incapacitated.
Prepare to fire! The output is unstable. Hold on. I'll make some adjustments. Hurry! All Arc's defenders, do not let up!
Dark Falls has recovered. High energy energy reading from Dark Falls detected. Powerful attack incoming. Take cover now! Special equipment unavailable. I'm working on it.
Whole rear guard unit. I need you to support as soon as possible.
Moving to support. Hit it once for us, too.
Special equipment telescope system back online. Hit it all at once. Dark Falls severely damaged. It's immobilized.
Now I'll just... And then... There! All finished! Ready when you are!
Make this count! Central cannon, fire! Damn it! You're not leaving!
This is all you!
Claim vengeance for all who have fallen!
You got this! I know you can do it!
Please. For peace on Halpha! I can't believe it.
It's all over, right?
Dad, everyone, we did it. We did it.
Thank you.
Crawford.
Thank you so much.
Are you okay? Are you injured or something?
No, I'm fine.
You know, you can tell me anything. We're a team, you know?
Right. I know. But really, I'm fine.